Good morning and welcome, my friends, to the Breakfast Club. My name is Darren Hancock. I'm your host today, and here we are, a whole new week, November 6th, 2023, and we are looking for some interesting little changes in the market this week. I'm looking for either an upside or a downside. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I was watching Mr. Beast's video the other day, this new one he posted the other day, drilling 100 wells in Africa, getting them all fresh water. Man, that's awesome. Now that's the use of money. That's the way you use your money and your influence and your power. Help people out. Love it. Love it. All right, to get the old Breakfast Club going here. All right, that's up and running. I'll share the screen. All right. Let's get online here, make sure everything's up and running. And live. All right, just double check and make sure everything's... There we are. All right, we're up and running. And good morning. All right, let's have a look at this pre-market analysis. We've got 5 minutes before the market takes off. Get started on a new week. All right, British pound. So after hitting the objectives we were looking for last week, I'm looking for it to return back to this breaker right here. Let me turn that down. When we have this little price imbalance here, I want to see it come back to that also, which is this breaker here. Not the parent breaker of the huge run, but this little swing low here. Might be mitigation for the big parent run. This one didn't get below there, but we did get below this low here. So I'm looking for a price to react off this price imbalance here, back inside this breaker on this side. It's more mitigation there too. It's parent breaker of that big run up. So I'm looking for it to come back into this here today, create the fair value gap, either tomorrow to come back and tag this and then look for higher prices, or if we just degrade straight down and get through this candle, then we're looking for a deeper retracement back into this range here. Similar kind of setup. We've just come up and hit the edge of the daily fair value gap. We're near the edge of the monthly, I think it is. I don't think we really topped out on that. What's the high here? 107.66. And this is 107.56. So we're just a few short of the monthly fair value gap high. And we're just inside that daily, so we've just dropped down below it. So I'd like to see a fair value gap form here. I'd like to see this day close, this candle close on top of the new week opening block, stay right there, and then tomorrow open up, get back into that range, maybe touch the old highs here, leave this little piece open, and then look for a run above these old highs up here. Start getting up into higher ranges now. So we're back to all this shenanigans inside here. We're still inside that breaker right there. So do we have a run back into here, the edge of that? body here, and then turn around and come back down, drive for further lows. And this old fair value gaps down here on the daily. So keep your eyes on this area here for today. We'll see how that kind of plays out. This looks like it's bouncing off nicely off here. This is what we're calling for on Friday. A run down here, close below, trade back to this inversion fair value gap daily now, and then continue down for these equal lows. This might be the trade for me today. Australian dollar broke the highs. Now we want to get a small little fair value gap to form in here. If it does close this in, I don't want to see it come back any further than this candle here or this breaker. So we can get a retracement back into here, leave this open, and then continue to the upside. Australia. New Zealand dollar hasn't quite finished filling that daily fair value gap there. Maybe a return back into this. It'll work. Right now we're still inside the daily fair value gap, so I'd like to see it come back, at least leave this little piece open here, or leave this open, come all the way back down and just close the day off down here. Open. And then proceed to leave the range and start heading for these relative equal highs above the market. So again, we're looking for all these fair value gaps to set up at the end of today, and then they'll have a narrative for what we're looking for tomorrow. We have another consolidation. Accumulation, distribution. So we might be getting another big drop down below these lows here now. Natural gas. Now it's waffling. I wanted to see that just keep leaving. But it looks like we're coming back into this order block here again, back inside the fair value gap daily. So we've opened, come down, tag the body of it. Now do we start to pull away, reach for these highs, and this fair value gap on the other side here on the weekly. Natural gas on the daily, there it is, returning back into that gap again. I don't want to see these two candles lose their threshold, which is the bottom of that fair value gap daily weekly. So this is now, see how we're playing right on the top of the fair value gap monthly. That was our objective on Friday, hit it perfectly. And now again, I want to see that before we take out these highs here, I want to see this kind of just end in a small candle on the day. Come down, tag the bottom of that fair value gap. Anywhere inside here would be nice, even to the top of the weekly fair value gap as a step up to run higher on prices. I don't want to see a deep retracement to 50%. I'd just like to see that weekly fair value gap hold price now, and then continue further on the upside. If this is a potential slammer event, like they're just going to reverse this and just slam it straight back down, they'd have to do it hard and fast this week. So if we start to lose these inversion fair value gaps, you lose the strength of a further drive up quite significantly, so 50% of that range. It's all the way back to this order block here. If we get above this breaker here, this will be perfect for, we expect price to be held by that breaker and then continue upside to these higher prices here. We'll see how today ends. Again, we're looking for that fair value gap to form. We have a little price imbalance that started here today. That was our objective on Friday. Hit it perfectly and just tagged a little bit before it, but we're aiming for here and here. And look at that, right on the body where we were calling for wick or body. It hit the body nicely, opened. Now we're back to the body again. All we did was touch the bottom of the fair value gap daily. Now we're getting some support. Are we going to continue pushing higher for higher prices, which will also drive these the S&P for higher prices? Equal highs, fair value gap daily above 44.17. I know you guys will have a different price on your trading view. Dow Jones reaching new highs, broke the highs there. If we start driving right through this, and if we don't react off these two lows, equal lows here, right off this daily fair value gap, then and start pushing higher, look for price to get on top of that daily fair value gap, and then the weekly, and then drive for relative equal highs up higher. I want to see this breaker hold price here now. That'll be the one that holds price. So it topped up, came down, just tagged the top of it. And now we're moving away. That was the opening bell. Was it just enough to take out the high on the previous day on Friday? Yeah. Just took out Friday's high. Now if you just look for a trade to short, I want to see it break this equal low here. CAD Japanese yen, we're looking for that high that we called for on Friday. It came down into the fair value gap daily, which is good. It's doing everything we mentioned. We want to see it take out these equal highs here and return back into this breaker here. Gold. Still inside that weekly, daily fair value gaps. EuroCAD. Oh yeah, we mentioned EuroCAD a while ago. I like that order block. We talked about that on Friday. Order block holding price. And then did it return into 50% of that range? It did. Inside this fair value gap here. And now we're reaching for higher prices. Take out these old highs here. If we lose this order block, look for rejection, wicks, and then this hole up here, the SIBI, the film. I want to see a relatively sedate Monday. But if we see an explosive delivery on Monday, it's going to change my narrative if they take off right off the week and start running. The daily. Okay, let's look at the weekly fair value gap. We'll put that up there. Okay. So
Good morning.
morning, how are you?
Great selves.
Not too bad. You have a good weekend?
Yeah, I did a little hiking, a little sore still.
Nice. Tech, Euro. Dow Jones.
How was Friday with the FMOC?
How was Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, so awesome. It would it hit all our objectives.
Oh, nice.
On the daily. hit the objective of the, I was calling for the new, or for the monthly fair value gap close, and it just clipped it nicely. This S&P, I was calling for this breaker right here. It hit it right on the money. And the Dow Jones, we're looking for it to clean out these highs, or just come up to the high there, and it just went over it. So what I want to see is a fair value gap forming in here, this breaker to hold, and just a small little candle day to day, open up, come back into that fair value gap, or even to the top or the body of that fair value gap, or of the breaker, and then start driving for higher prices. Look for this fill, look to fill up there. Same as take out this one here. It came down, got into the breaker, so there's the midpoint just above here. So if that holds and we come back down, that creates our fair value gap for the day. We open tomorrow and come down into this, just tag the bottom of it or even the top of this daily fair value gap, and then start pushing for a run above this old high here. And Dow Jones, not that it's taken out the highs, it'll either, do we just have this little pop above the high, pop above the high again? Now do we create another little fair value gap in here, get back inside this breaker here, and hold, look for a departure into the higher fill of this SIBI here, off this breaker. So anywhere inside from here to here tomorrow, I'd like to see that come back, create the fair value gap, pop into it, and then leave. So tomorrow will be the low of the week for a run up into the high for Tuesday, Wednesday. British pound broke the high that we're looking for. Now this breaker, you want to see this breaker hold. There is a slight swing there, so that makes that a breaker. We actually got below this low. It's the parent breaker of that little run. But overall, it's mitigation because it doesn't break this little low down here. But there is a swing point down here that we eventually get through. So either this or this candle right here, because this would be the breaker of that run, these two candles. So return to the midpoint of this or the high of this for a run up for further higher prices on euro or pound, I should say. These equal highs here, if they stay intact today, we come back down, find some support here, create our little fair value gap, and then get in on that for a run up. It looks like that kind of setup's happening all over the place. See, we have these breakouts above high, we have a breaking structure to the upside. So whether this is a false break, they're luring a lot of people in for a whipsaw reversal and take a lot of people out of the market.
Yeah, and London session was really slow too.
So that's something to kind of keep in mind for this is your ideal kind of fair value gap above. We have a fair value gap that forms above an old high if this candle holds, and then we trace back into it, hit the old high or the breaker, and then leave from there. We also have a fair value gap daily that has now inversion. We can find support off of that. The midpoint of that daily fair value gap inversion is the top of the breaker here. So I like this whole area for support tomorrow for a further run up and clean up the rest of that monthly fair value gap right here. We still haven't hit the top of that yet, so I'd like to see that kind of hold. If it does run up in there, hit off the top of it, then it creates equal highs, drip down, hit this, and then take off again. So some things to kind of look forward on euro, British or the Canadian dollar. It's hit off of these whole bunch of little inversion fair value gaps we've got in here. I want to see this either hold price and continue on the upside, or if we have a break in market structure here, I want to see this fair value gap form, second one coming in. Tomorrow's high, take this out, and then we start running for lower prices. This one hasn't been touched yet. So this whole trend line phantom you got going on here. See how we're already breaking through it? So that trend line is going to be, I like the fact that we're breaking through it. Come back up, find some support, and run right through the lows. We got lots of liquidity in that down below on the CAD. I like this dollar here. We came back, just hit, we broke through the daily fair value gap. It now becomes an inversion fair value gap. Find some support here, which just is on the 1 minute. Right in here. Now we could see a return to this breaker here. That'd be time to get short. So if we see it come up in here, hit this, create a silver bullet at 10 o'clock, then you can get short on that. Let's see what the Dixie's doing. Where's my Dixie? Right there. Oh yeah, Dixie's got that whole same thing going on there, right? Creating that fair value gap. We're into this, the fill of this. So I like this. If we have another little fair value gap forming here today, we get maybe a little bit of a retracement back into this. Now becomes an inversion gap. If we can get below it. So if we pop below it, come back into it, and use this as the fair value gap breakaway. And then get short, run for these equal lows down here, liquidity down here. There's a ton of liquidity sitting down there. So I like, again, it's get this off of here. So you still got that little piece on the bottom half of that daily fair value gap to fill. You have this one that creates an inversion. If we can get there, that'll be a nice little pop up above it, back into the high of it. Even run back into these old lows. Yeah, I like that. And then get back short on the rest of this. So today and tomorrow, today's looking for like it could be something quite interesting if we can get the the markets to settle in there. That'll be we got 553. Right into that breaker is at 50% of that range. for here. That's 62% right there. It's through the midpoint of that breaker now. We're into this guy here now, midpoint of this guy. $863. That low is 84.20. So it's right there. There's a lot of liquidity sitting up there. This might be one of those just settle in days, see where it settles out. All right.
So I'm flipping back between euro and pound. I think overall the yen is bullish, but I want to see it come down a little more.
The yen is bullish, so that will push this one down. Yeah.
We got 40 seconds for here before the
right. So
10 seconds.
Okay, 8 o'clock. So there's our open. 1 minute already. Let's get into that. looking at this order block here. Is this going to hold price? Got relative equal lows here.
I was basically looking at the same area, but on Euro, because they're like looking the same right now.
Yeah, it looks a lot more choppier here.
It looks like we're having our...
Yeah, this looks a little cleaner here than this. This has already ran the lows. You see how that low has been run out already? And this one hasn't. So the pound is holding. The euro's weaker. It's lost its lows from 1500. And these guys haven't lost their lows yet. So this is the stronger of the two pairs right now. This is that 17, that's the 12 minute after. That could be the run on the lows.
To pick up the sell side liquidity.
Yeah, and then start running. So that threshold is holding.
1, 2. This candle currently closes in 28 seconds. And if it drops a little...
We get 1, 2, 3. If we try it.
You're on pound. I'm looking at Euro. We're on opposites. Right there, that little...
Which one are you looking for? This to fill? Or this to stay open?
Yeah, right there, to stay open.
Yeah.
And it closes right now. And there we go. We tapped in.
You taking that long?
Yep. Where's my Euro? I don't have that set up. Jesus, that's what happens when you get to the... All right. $107,366, my badge number. All right, let's see
Oh, nice.
what we could do here with that.
Badge number.
See if we can do something with my badge here. 366.
Yeah, I got them all good. Your stop loss sitting down in here?
Yep, just slightly under it. Under that 4 minute after candle. We have 2.3 stop loss. And we're gone.
Yeah, this one just lost its threshold too. So we're sweeping these lows.
Where are we going? We're going to the... Switch back over to 15 here.
I want to see this get back into here. So short on the See that breaker right here?
Mm-hmm.
Run above there. We break below it. We come back up into it. Now we get short. Aiming for here, here, here. That's on the 15-minute. And euro on 15 minutes. Didn't get as nice a breakthrough, right? Unless we look at this one here. This is not even a breaker, it's a mitigation block. So we've come back off mitigation and run down. So we haven't broken below this guy here yet, or we have now. Now you get a fair value gap inside here. Come back to the edge of this. You can continue shorting back down to this new week opening gap. And I haven't put in this one yet. Let me just stick this one in here. Looking for our daily objective. I'm looking for this to get back into here by tomorrow. To return to here, so mostly downside today, I think. %, again. Okay. This now become inversion here. I do like these equal lows here though. This breaker here. The lows and the body. Moving into the next stage of distribution here, consolidate, come back up inside here, and then smash it down.
Smash it on down.
I'm going to wait for that trading view to give a discount, and I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, wait till, I mean, you only got, what, another 2 or 3 weeks for Black Friday sale, they probably do?
Yeah.
They do good discounts, so it's not worth, I mean, it's great, but not worth paying full price when you know.
When you can get 60% off, yeah.
Yeah, plus you're very comfortable with MetaTrader to begin with.
Yeah, I'm okay with it right now.
Yeah, so it's worth the wait to save a couple $100. Or like you said, sign up for the trial, and by then there should be a demo. I mean a deal.
Oh yeah. Maybe I'll put that in my.
I'll send you. I'll send you the. Where's the link here? You get $15 off. You get $15 off, and I get $15.
Oh, perfect.
If you sign up with that. All right, what do we got going here?
So here's the bottoms.
All right, so here's the. What do you want? You're all right. So that's 10 o'clock is here. I didn't mark this out like I should have. So this is this market structure. So this is needs to get over this candle, and I just was early on my buy.
You're in a buy already?
No, I was, and then I canceled it for 2.6 loss, and I think this is the.
That's the little tap I like to see there. I'm gonna go short right there.
Does that do 50% of that candle?
Yeah, it's got a huge. 15-minute breaker there.
Alright, where's this at here? I'm short at 328. 328. Mark this up. Short. 328. All right, so we're in on euro. What's pound doing?
Pound's come back up into the same one here.
And
It just tagged the edge of it there.
Looks like a clean short to me too. And pound. All right. Short on pound. 23,808. 23.
And you're just in for lows, or?
I just do a 2-to-1, so my 2-to-1 would bring me down to 23,658, and then after I figure out what the 2-to-1 is, I then look left and see what the closest is there, and then I adjust that way.
So that's pretty much these equal lows here then.
Yeah. And then usually when it gets like halfway, I'm like, all right, that's enough profit. Boom, close. I'm just being honest. I never make it to the full 2-to-1.
Right.
Never make it to the full target. And for euro, I currently have the equal lows from the session. $7,225. It looks like somewhere around that area.
As soon as we get below this low, I'm going to take a piece out.
Where's Joey and Derek today?
No Joey today. I haven't seen Kevin or sorry, I haven't seen Derek yet either.
Yeah.
I think this one actually has a euro has right there, holding it long as, oh yeah, okay, holding it long as the money one.
What's that?
I said the swap is positive or negative, so they pay you money on a long if you held euro long right now. If you held it over 24 hours, you'd be paying if you kept this short right now.
the yen doing now? Let's see. Going sideways. Gold, which I've been banned myself from.
Yeah, gold. I'm not anything on gold. It's just kind of a. And gold's pretty messy this morning anyway.
Yeah.
It's up and down, up and down. S&P made some equal highs there. Nasdaq has made some equal highs, relative
Dow.
equal highs. And Dow has, what's Dow doing? Dow's made some relative equal highs. Relative equal highs. Equal highs. Gas. Be right back. I'm just gonna grab a coffee.
All right.
Oh, look at that. Looks like we're doing okay.
I would have told you to keep staying away. Get coffee
Stay
longer.
away. Go get coffee.
Go do some grounding in the backyard and enjoy the hot coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went hiking Saturday on the largest mountain in New Jersey, called Mount Tammany. And like I'm looking, I was like, this would be really rough to do some grounding. And Leslie's like, no, we're not doing that. And her mom came with us, and she's like, oh yeah, that's yeah. I'm like, no, lady, I was kidding. Like, it's freezing out. It's 55.
55. That's funny.
What's the temperature up there about you?
Right now, the temperature is, let me see, -2.
Oh.
So 55 is great. It is a good grounding day. What are you talking about? We've got just enough. We had a plus 11 yesterday. So we've got most of the snow's kind of gone. So it's actually nice and cool on your feet out there at -2 right now.
So that's 28 Fahrenheit. It was 55 yesterday or Saturday on the mountain. So that's basically 13 Celsius for you.
13? Oh my God, it's pajama time and shorts.
No way.
I think I gotta go make another coffee. I don't like this way. It keeps turning around on me here.
Yeah, Larlston, good morning.
Oh, Larlston. How you doing, buddy? This was a Larlston classic entry trade here. Broke below the breaker on the other side there in the midpoint and grabbed some of that action for a short. We want to run out these lows here, or at least get back to the new week opening gap again. He's looking for his entry now. Where's our friend Derek? Derek, if you're out there, come on by. What happened to our friend Zorro?
He just showed up this couple times and haven't seen him since.
Mind you're in England right now. What is it? 8. We're looking at probably there's 7 hours difference with us. So it's 2 in the afternoon there. 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I'm going to start using some of my other screens now. Dixie, what's Dixie up to? Well, Larlston's looking for a place to get in. There you go, buddy.
Well, that turned around pretty quick.
It did. Let's see if we lose this guy now. Well, that's pretty close to taking my stop loss out on my live. I think my live stop loss is sitting like right here. Gonna go long if the internal range sell side is taken. Gonna go along with the internal range Sell side is taken.
All right, so Euro popped up just to grab some more liquidity to drop like a rock in the lake.
Yeah. This would be the nice if this was second level of distribution here. Now for me, I don't want to break this high again now. So we'll see if this order block does not hold price. Let's just come back to the top of it now. Dang.
Don't you need coffee?
Well, I'll take my stop loss on my live account anyway. He's looking at NASDAQ.
Huddleston says he's looking at NQ, NASDAQ.
Yeah, I saw that, looking at NASDAQ. He's making lower lows here. A higher low, then it made a lower low. Look at that. Lower lows, all three lower lows. One up, one down. Three lower lows. Down candle, up candle, down candle. Looks like are you looking to short, Lauriston, or are you going long on NASDAQ? The other ones seem to be drawing lower. And NASDAQ is drawing higher. He just shorted. Get on the other side of this here. I'm short on the other side of that. Look at the indices here. That's what we're looking for right there. There should be no reason to revisit this high here. Yeah, it is. This whole inversion of that fair value gap, or the fair value gap inversion here. fair value gap, inversion. Wanted to see a body get by through this first before I jumped in, but there's the 1717 fair value gap. 1711, 12, 17, 17. it's topped out. Yeah, it's retraced back way too further than I expected.
What were you in that you got stopped in at?
I think he got stopped out in this.
Oh, him. I thought you were in one.
No, I stick mine up above there. I didn't want it to go above there, but wasn't expecting it to come all the way up to the breaker. Or not a breaker, a mitigation block, because I didn't break this old low here. So, it's mitigating off of here. Now I want to see it just pound down. I'm actually not prepared to see it go above that now. If I lose that, then I'm out. Talk about high resistance liquidity run. Wow. This is harder than coffee today.
Yeah, shit. That's speechless.
what that euro was going to do the same 1717 setup there. That 1717 candle is the so there was nothing on that one there, but you got your, this is your wick here, your return to silver bullet here. I like the silver bullet after. Mind you, if you took your silver bullet at 7 o'clock, that one right there, and got short, that was a silver bullet there. The 1717 is a reversal. Both of those would have worked fine.
I took the long at 11 after.
11 after?
Yeah, and then I got stopped out.
Oh, it came down and took you out here, then went up.
Yeah. Wait a second.
Just bought. If I get stopped out, that's it for day. Went long 1120 or 1112. Take profit above 1041. He's trying to get up here. He went long here. He's trying to get up there. Gotta make sure my stop loss is there. No, I don't want to see that high get broken. I'm getting out of that one. Peeling out of my live trades now, just breaking even.
I was gonna say, break even is a win.
Yeah, that's way too sloppy for me. Move my stop loss. I got one more trade to get out of on my live stuff. This one I just wanted to come back to break even. Now it's just too painful to watch, so break these lows, fill that last little piece of fair value gap in there. I'll be out. I don't care where it goes after that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day as well. It's out of my time zone. One bad trade, I'm done. So pick it up tomorrow in London. All right. Well, good luck with the rest of your trade, and I'll join you again tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. Have a good day.
Thanks.
You got stopped out. Gonna look for a short now. Just stopped out in profit, so I'm gonna take another position. Went short at 11.22. Okay. $11.22. So we went off of this order block here. I don't want to see this order block here get taken out now. Bodies are respecting that little imbalance over there. We're still inside the fair value gap here. I can take that guy there now, move him over here somewhere. Got a little this guy here. Takes profit at low 1048. You're aiming for there. Okay. Took that guy there. Let's see if that holds price here. Let's see where the body goes here. We're just compressing and compressing. 62.50 inside that little inversion there. Breaker here. Inversion. Hit off it nicely there. You want to see this thing give up here now. Weather in a storm today. Getting into some high resistance. Yeah, it tapped into it 3 times already. That's what we want to see though, off that. See it drive down now. Take out these lows. Then we can get the hell out of here for the day. It's been an exercise in futility there. This was that we're still inside that range there. I'd like to see that low get taken out. And I can finally close out my other positions now, which I just did. They're all done. A little bit of profits on each one of those, but not a great way to go. I was just going to try and clean this one up. Monday. I'll waste time trading on Monday in this consolidation crap. We'll see where the day ends up. And take her from there. So now I don't want this to lose here. We got this here, this inversion here. Same here, thinking the low is going to get taken. Yeah. We could quite easily get back into this here. It's the objective for the downside, really. Still inside that big range. I think they just took that out there by a few pipettes. What's the low on that? 50.15. The low on that? 50.40. So they did take out all the lows there. Right to the entry. It's a struggle to reach 50% of the position. Finally, I got to take off some, move my stop loss risk free now. Good for you. I'd say I don't want these two to lose again. We've come back to that. We've traded into it again, traded into the bottom of it. We're into it one more time. So are we going to come back into this thing here, or are we just going to leave now? I think we're going to come back to that one first. This will be the exercise in patience we finally get to kill it. They're just not going to give it to me quickly, are they? Yeah, it's been an exercise in patience for sure. Boy, they're really working that price imbalance there. That's the premium side of that little tiny thing here. So I'm looking for up in here. Just got into that fair value gap there. Now push through. Couple of pipettes. $25. After all that, take some money out of there. %50 in that range. Well, are you still in this, Lordston? Just hit your take profit. That's it for the day. Me too. I'm done. Well, it was a quick one today. I'm still looking for finishing up the day at the... We're going to create that fair value gap today. Small little candle. And tomorrow come in, tap it, or perhaps come down into this fair value gap daily inversion to get long. Start running for up these old highs. I want to see it blow right through that threshold, mean threshold of this up close candle here tomorrow. Let's look at this GBP. Again, we want a small candle forming here. That's going to be our drive up for tomorrow. You want to see all this stay open. I'd like to see this breaker here provide us some support for further upside. And let's go to these guys here. Euro, same kind of thing here. You want to see that end. I'd like to see us hold up on this daily fair value gap here, come back, tag this, and then blow right through that daily fair value gap to the upside. Same kind of principle here. You want to see this one hold price and continue down. Japanese yen already holding price at the bottom of that daily fair value gap inversion right there. You want to see that hold, and then tomorrow open, and then just start closing, just start running straight down. This is what we're looking for today. Again, looking for that down close candle, and then tapping into this fair value gap on the way up for running above all this relative equal highs up here, these wicks. We still haven't quite tagged the top of the daily fair value gap, but we have that. This is the candle we've been calling for. We want a small candle here, run below it into that fair value gap, perhaps the weekly high, and then go. Oil, sideways, gas. I want to see it again hit off of this. I'd like to see this pull back and the wick or the body end up on top of the weekly. So we're into the threshold of this candle here now. There's all this imbalance. So if we do run into here, I want to see that bottom hold or that fair value gap. Small price imbalance here. Reach through, take out these lows, and then run back up. S&P 500. We're getting that the top of the highs there. The bodies are definitely underneath the highs. We haven't taken out these relative equal highs up here, so I want this the fair value gap to form in here, and I'd like to see a continuation to the upside. Tech doing the same thing. This is the small candle day I was hoping for, which is good. Dow Jones, small candle day. We've already run the highs here though. I want to see that just come back into the top of this order block here, which is your breaker. Hit that. I'm going to put another one of these guys here just so we got an idea what we're looking for tomorrow. And then start pushing for higher prices and get into this fair value gap above price action today. So tomorrow I'm looking for the low to be set in the market. We're still looking for those old highs. We did get some upside today, which is good. It's what we're looking for on the CAD, Japanese yen, gold. We did get below it here, so threshold. Fair value gap is holding price. So if I was talking gold downside, I'd say we're looking to get back into this fair value gap here on the downside. Look for half this wick here. If you lose half that wick, look for this fair value gap to get revisited again in gold. And euro, I'm not even going to look at this one. I don't even care about euro CAD. And that's it. Was thinking to take 90% and hold it instead. Was thinking of take 90% and hold it instead. For the downside, you mean on tech? Isn't that what we were just in? Oh, here you mean, yeah. Hold it for further downside. Yeah, I'm looking for tomorrow to create the low, so we're looking to get below this low here for sure. So that wouldn't be a bad idea to hold it and see what happens. Yeah, look for this one at least for the short term, and then that low. Yeah, I'm looking to get back into here, or even in the top of this monthly inversion fair value gap. Now we've gone through it, create an inversion, and then start taking off. If this one doesn't hold, then I'm looking for this to hold here. but we'll see what tomorrow's like. But that's it for me for today. Good luck with that trade, Lauriston, if you're still holding it. And we'll see you tomorrow. This is Darren Hancock, and this is the Breakfast Club. Thanks for joining in today, and thanks, Lauriston, for sharing your trade. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow. And the world's a tough place out there. Spread the love, my friends, not the hate. So much hate going on in the world right now. Focus on some of the good things you see in people. We're all different. Let's respect that. Hold each other. Hold some space for people, as you would have them hold you if things were reversed. Compassion, people. That's the only way we're going to live, with some compassion. So anyway, all the best to all you guys, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for